Alright guys, what's up? This is the 12th episode of Fabled Quasar vs. the World, and the first duel of the 12th episode ends in about 1 second. That sped up 64x, and he just went AFK. He probably disconnected or something, whatever. But yeah, I'm not going to count that duel. I'm not going to count 1 second of a video towards my duel, nor towards my win count, so I'm being charitable like that. And yeah, so let's get into the duels here, going off on our first duel against Recoil L. And if you look at my deck here, you might be able to see that I am playing 3 Dark World Dealings and no Level Eater. I don't know if you can see that, but I noticed it because I made the change. And the reason I'm doing that is because I want to try and get my speed up, right? And a way to do that is to eliminate dead draws. And a way to eliminate dead draws is to take out dead draws, and Level Eater is a dead draw like anytime you ever draw it, really. Because at most it'll eat up a normal summon, and that's like best case scenario, and at worst it will completely kill your combo. Whereas a card like Dark World Dealings or 1 Day of Peace, which I think I also added at an earlier date, can at least in some extent extend your combo a little bit. But anyways, yeah, I'm able to make Shooting Quasar Dragon, and I negate his Smashing Ground because it would have destroyed my Quasar, and when it reactivates Regeki, I special summon the Shooting Star Dragon in defense mode. Now, the reason I do that is because I'm still kind of paranoid about 101, even though I have no right to be with Castle out in the game. I might as well put him in the mode that gives him the best chance of survival, but whatever. This way, I guess he can't black and white wave me. Black and white wave. So yeah, I scoop it up because he can just go into Castel, spin my guy back, and then I can't get over Darklaw. So again, another example of me scooping to Darklaw. That's what, 3 in 2 weeks? Dang. Darklaw OP confirmed. Yeah. But anyways, here I'm trying to do something. I'm just drawing, and there's nothing else I can do. I just pass turn back to him. He activates Rhoda. I tell him good luck cracking this board, and he reveals Elder of the Sixth Samurai. So at this point, I'm kind of worried that he'll summon Shien because I only have 1 spell card in my hand. And I tell him, hey, go for Librarian, hoping he kind of will. Hoping he knows that he'll get tons of draws off it. But it looks like he's not even playing a Synchro build because he goes into MX Saber Invoker and special summons out a level 2, which isn't legal. And special summons out on Non-Earth, which is also not legal. Then he finally gets it right and goes into his Keyzon. And he activates Pot of Greed, drawing 2 cards, and drops another Keyzon, equips it with Heart of the Sixth Samurai, whatever it's called. Spirit of the Sixth Samurai, I think it is, yeah. Boosting its attack by a total of 600 with its own boost, and that guy boosting it by 300 or 500. I think it's 500. Boosting it by 500, and if he destroys a monster I battle, he gets to draw 1 card. And so here I'm going to try and make a push. I get, what do you call it, Nezuchi to my hand to try to, you know, make some moves. Here I have Aragon, so I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. I'm going to see if I draw into Quasar. If I don't, I'll probably just take his guy because he's a 2600 beater at this point, and really a 2600 beater is nice and gives me a draw anytime I beat over something. So there I scrub out and don't attack with Reagan because I'm terrible. And here I tell him to gain 1,000 life points for steal. He gains it. Then he goes AFK for the remainder of the duel and says, I gotta go, shows me his hand, and leaves. And there, I don't know if you saw that, I was talking about what he did. I went back to my profile to commemorate my 1600th win in singles. So yeah, that's, woo, 1600 wins in singles, yeah. A little bit of a milestone, I thought I'd throw that up there. So, go me. I just need, I think, 32 more wins in matches before I get the, you know, Yuhi/Atem backgrounds, which are pictures, which are pretty cool, and I'll start using those. But yeah, anyways, going into our third duel here against Merlin Watson, or Weston, I'm sorry. He's playing Spirits, and he activates Compulse to clear my board. And I don't rip anything. Here, I don't know what I'm thinking. I'm trying to, like, make a play here. And for some reason, I discard 2 with Raven. I think I thought I had a Lurien there, but I didn't have a Lurien there, so Here I just go for damage, which is something I normally never do. I don't even know why I did it. I just have no other plays. I misplayed hard with the rain, and he rips the dark hole that no one plays except for him. And he summons Kaiku, which I scoop to because honestly nothing in my deck can beat over 1800, and he'll just banish anything relevant I have in my deck. So here we go, facing off against Kuru Dukeshi. Here, with that sweet picture I'll soon have, just 32 more wins in either matches or singles, but I think it would be cool if I have 1600 in singles and 400 in matches. So here I'm trying to make a play. I ripped the Nizuchi, which was super cool. Love ripping Nizuchi. And Nizuchi puts in tons of work. I normal summon Ganashia so that if I need to desynchro, I can desynchro him. And I attack into stuff. Honestly, I was thinking about going into Armadius. I should have gone into Armadius. But I wanted the extra draw, really. I wanted to see if I could make Quasar. Really, that's what I wanted. I got greedy. So he activates Core Compression, letting him draw 2 cards. Which is effectively a +1, which is good. Is that a +1? No, you break even. Okay, I didn't. You have to discard a card, and I get Regeki'd for the 2nd time in this video. So there he summons out Solemn Judgment with legs and passes with no back row, which is unusual for Kawakimaru. Activate 1 day apiece, which gets me a ton of stuff. It gets me the Chaw Wall, which lets me go off on my plays, and going off on your plays is the lifeblood of this deck. Here I go for Reagan as opposed to Formula Synchron, which would have done me more. I mean, instead of TG Hyper Librarian, which looking back on it would have done me more than, what do you call it? More than Reagan did. But whatever, I made my choice. There I add Tuningware with, Where Art Thou, but I take it back and he's cool with it. So thanks, man. Thank you. Dukeshi? That's a cool name. But yeah, here I'm trying to see if I can make Quasar. I can't. If I had Level Leader, I might have been able to, but whatever. It happens. I'm also thinking of adding Mistbird Colossalus to this deck, but I probably won't. So there he has both Mind Control and Snatch Steal, which is pretty good to have in your hand. Like, that's a lot of monster taking. But yeah, here he just goes off with Urnite, and he does some plays that I've honestly never seen before. He goes into this Bujente card, Bujinki, Amaterasu, and man, this card is wow. I know that Cap G made a video where zombies pulled this guy off, but here's my video where frickin' Kawaki Mirrors pull this guy off and use it to go more plus off of Urnite. So yeah, here he just attacks, reducing me down to 4,600 life points, and in the end phase he goes for Cowboy. So I scoop it up. I don't even have enough life points left to use Michael's effect. And here we're moving on to the 5th duel against Matija 7. And this is not the Yuki picture I'm going to unlock in a few hundred wins. No, that it is not. So he looks to be playing either Agents or, I guess, Perfect Herald of Perfection. If it was Herald of Perfection and I don't get a Quasar off, I'm pretty much SOL. Here I decide not to use the Upstart because I don't have to, and I might draw into a monster I can't use. And here I'm just, this is really the reason why I play Nizuchi, because it makes that hand so much more playable, even good. Whereas if you just had Chawa, you wouldn't be able to play out of that hand and get 2 draws off of Reagan. So here I rip perfectly and go for that super cool Quasar. And I figure, yep, I go for the Desynchro just because I want that Pot of Greed effect. Set that, Tribute 3 for Quasar, Soul Charge, and win. And that would normally be the end, but I recorded one more video just because I didn't know if that was 4 or 5 duels, and I ran into TieDyeTillEyeDie. I don't know if you know this, but this guy was on the show before. That's why I say hello again. I don't think you recognize me. Not nearly narcissistic enough to assume he did. But he was in, like, episode 7 or 8, and man, this man is the bomb. I mean, I'm sure he doesn't recognize me, but I'm just glad that we have a returning guest on here. And I'm glad I was able to Quasar him in turn. Aw, thanks, man. Some things never change. I ripped the Soul Charge again, and here I get a pick greedy. I don't want to go into Photon Pulse Dragon, and I decided to go for the Chawa Quasar, which is always good, the 522, ever a classic. And then I'm sitting on 2 Dark World Dealings I don't feel like using, so it may be a minus to using 3 of them. But yeah, sorry for the extra time in the video. I just wanted to show you my duel against TieDye Till I Die. And yeah, I hope that you enjoyed. Have a great day. Shatner's Prodigy out.
Carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry.